and senior officers of conscripts, guys that are in for 2.5 years. You can't be a good soldier in 2.5 years. You can't be. You can't. It can't happen. You can't be a good combat team in 2.5 years. And that's the entire Israeli military. Again, with the exception of some NCOs and some officers, their average Israeli is a 18, 19, 20-year-old kid who, they aren't combat hardened. The Israelis are very technological. Their military isn't designed to, attract, the toughest and the roughest. Who's the smartest guy here? How can we outsmart the enemy? None of them want to die. Nobody wants to die, but none of them are out there saying, to the guns, to the guns, to the guns. That's why Hamas did so well against the Golani Brigade, the elite infantry unit, 13th and 51st Battalion, slapped around. These Israeli forces, they're going to make a lot of mistakes. They haven't been training to do the fighting that they've been doing. They don't spend a lot of time in the field wearing 70 pounds of personal protective gear. They don't run around, and they're not hard men. They're soft men. And they start to make mistakes. And you see a lot of these mistakes being made right now in Gaza. These guys aren't that good. You know who's good? Hamas, especially the frontline brigades or combat units. They're very good, very physically fit, motivated. There's a video making the rounds right now that looks to be accurate. It shows a two-man anti-tank crew coming out of one of the tunnels, coming up. They run up to one of the Merkava tanks. The cojones on this guy, and he's saying sort of the Arabic death prayer because he's expected not to make it. But he runs up to the tank and he places an explosive device on the tank, not to destroy the tank, but to destroy the protective system, because the tanks have these radars and these reactive devices, so that if you shoot an anti-tank round at it, it detects that movement and then blows shotgun shells, buckshot this way to set off the shaped charge, so that when it hits, it's not taking out the tank. So they went in, placed that by hand right where it needed to be placed to blow up that system, the trophy system, I think it's called. And then the other guy came out and popped it with the anti-tank system. I mean, those are big brass, whats, man. I mean, that's something. And these guys are smart enough to know what they have to do. They've clearly practiced this before.